American Studio Tour. Straight ahead underneath the Studio Tour sign, you'll find no line, no wait. You're going to be first to visit our world famous studio tour. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. If you do need a restroom, we do have one of those down here.
Good morning. Turn this off and try it again. Good morning. It's still not working. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. You guys are the first tram of the day, so welcome aboard. We're going to hang out here for about 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. Just going to wait for a few more people to come down and join us before we're ready to go. We've got a couple special effects on the tour that are presented in 3D. And we have trays of 3D glasses at the front line. If you don't have 3D glasses, raise your hand. You don't have to get off the tram to get them. We'll have someone bring this up. Does anybody want or need 3D glasses? Good. Okay, we're going to use the glasses for King Kong, 360 3D, and Fast and Furious Supercharged. Nothing else on the tour is in 3D, so we don't recommend that you put the 3D glasses on just yet. I'll let you know when it's time to put them on for those effects. We are going to be riding around on an electric tram this morning, and not all the trams we have giving tours of the studio are electric. So this is one of the newer ones, and I have Al Roker from the Today Show. He's going to tell you a little bit about it.
I'm proud to announce that Universal Studios Hollywood is converting the world-famous studio tour trams to become electric vehicles. As these trams roll out, guests will be experiencing all the movie-making action propelled by the latest energy-efficient technology. Now, this is just one example of NBC Universal's and Comcast's commitment to becoming carbon neutral by 2035, helping us all take another step toward reducing our carbon footprint. So, welcome aboard for an awesome experience that's also awesome for the environment.
So we're going to have a nice quiet ride around our studio. There's going to be some special effects throughout the trip that will make our tram bounce and shake around a little bit. Because of that, if you're riding with children whose legs are hanging off the seats, but their feet don't reach the floor of the tram, we prefer that they're a little closer to the middle of the tram. And I know it's kind of tempting to put them right next. Sir, you didn't have to move over. You were okay. It's always stay safe though. It's tempting to put them to the side so they can see a little better, but we just want to make sure that they're safe and they stay on the tram when we're bouncing around. In a moment, we're going to be bringing the gates down that are open on the left. If you are sitting in a far left seat, just keep those gates clear as we bring them down to lock them. Once all the gates are down and locked, they'll give us our clearance. We'll be underway in a moment. Watch your hands, watch your feet. Don't have your hands up on the bars while we're pulling the gates down, because when we close the gates are going to crush your hands, and that damages our gates. Besides myself, is there anybody else on the tram who's never been here before? This is your first trip too? This is exciting. I've never been here. So everything we're about to drive by, I'm going to make up. I really don't know. I'm nervous. Let me introduce myself. I'm going to be your guide around our studio this morning. Art, next to me at the front of the tram, of the tour. He's going to be driving us all around. And then somebody's going to give our tour just a quick introduction. He's the host of both The Tonight Show, and That's My Jam on NBC, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
His name's Paul.
And the greatest drive.
His name's Art.
You're the best. I love that. Even though
Paul
owed me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
There are some safety rules for our trip. If at any time during the tour you need immediate assistance, if you have a medical emergency, if you accidentally drop something important and it falls off the side of the tram, if you're experiencing sound or video issues in the car that you're riding in, you just reach up and pull down on that red emergency cord that runs down the center of the tram ceiling. And when you pull down on the cord, as soon as it's safe to do it, Art will stop, and I'll come back, I'll see what you need assistance with. Otherwise, throughout the entire tour, please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the tram. Since our studio is private property, if you drop your phone off the side, if you can't wait till the end of the tour to use the restroom, don't jump off the tram. Pull the right cord. No smoking on the tour, and we want you to take pictures as we're riding around. Take pictures and stuff. Have your phones ready. Have your cameras ready. When we're coming down this hill on the right side of the tram, just past the escalator, there's an overview of Super Nintendo World. So if you haven't had a chance to go to the land yet, here's a reveal as we're coming down the hill. But I do want you to keep in mind there will be some tram movements. So hold on to your belongings so you don't drop them. There's going to be loud noises. There's going to be some fire effects. There's going to be water effects. So keep an eye on your items so they don't get wet. And finally we ask, because you're sitting very close to a lot of people on the tram, please don't use selfie sticks, at least not on the tour. So we're going to cover about 400 acres. The tour usually runs about 45 minutes, so 45 to 50 minutes. Not everything that will be passed by is fake. Not everything on the tour is a movie set. For example, this is a real fire station, I guess. People often take pictures of it, unaware that they have these in every city. So what has been filming on the lot lately? Yesterday, there was a music video that we're shooting on our lot. They didn't tell us who the artist is. So I guess they're kind of keeping it a secret. They're striking the stuff for that right now, meaning they're taking away all the equipment that they were using. So a little bit later, we might be passing by when they were doing the production. There's been a lot of production on hold on the lot. Things haven't been filming. There's been a writer's strike. There's been an actor's strike. But there are some productions that aren't affected by that. Music videos and still film. Competition shows like The Voice, which is filmed today. The Voice shoots inside 2 of our sound stages. They're working on seasons 24 and 25 at the same time. American Ninja Warrior, another competition show. They recently shot on the lot. They have the obstacle course built here. Some of the shows that film throughout the year include Lopez versus Lopez, a comedy on NBC with George Lopez and Donald Bynum. Quantum Leap, which returns tonight on NBC for season 2, and Bel Air, which streams on Peacock. In fact, we're going to be driving by a row of sound stages on the left side of the tram that are used for Bel Air. 2 of the stars of the show, Jabari Banks, who plays Will, and Ollie Showtime plays Carlton. We're going to talk about this show as we drive by their stages.
You just got the order when you get the order is you put egg on the cheese. You put cheese on the eggs and on the cheese. It's right. Whoa, you see here. No, it's gotta be a lot. Yeah. We could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew here. No, we gotta get one of these for the mansion. And for sure. You're lucky for y'all. The Banks Family Mansion lives right here on the Universal lot. Right. Some of Bel Air's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments? Yeah, there's so many to choose from. You know, I'll never before yourself when Will first enters, and at that moment his life changes forever. What about you? Well, the Bel Air Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit in that cold ice bath for hours. Yeah. And that was really fun. I still can't feel my toes. No, but seriously, my favorite part of this lot is the talented crew who put it all together from hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Yes! Yo, Transform's the best. They got the sweetest lives for us to play with. Hey, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we better go talk to Transpo now and let these people get back on the tour.
Yeah, that sounds good. As long as I get to drive.
Oh, not if I've got the keys.
Oh, not
Come on, man.
They filmed that segment just for the tour in front of stage 14, this big stage out to the left. Bel Air isn't filming this week. They're currently on hiatus, which is their break in between seasons. They've got a little time off before they come back for season 3. Bel Air streams on Peacock, and this is a streaming service that we own. It's owned by NBC Universal, so a lot of shows that air or stream on Peacock film here on the live. And there's another one that we've been doing, kind of a comedy mystery show called Based on a True Story. And that series uses stages 16 and 17 on the left. Before Based on a True Story turned into these stages, Netflix has been using them for Never Have I Ever. Comedy created by Mindy Kaling. And these are the same stages where Mindy Kaling previously did the Mindy Project. For those of you riding with children, we've got something for the kids. They're probably going to recognize the statues in front of stage 18. Those guys are Bob and Stuart, and they're two of our minions. And they've starred in a lot of films that Universal produces with another company, Illumination Entertainment. We do the animated films with them, like the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is on Peacock now, and Migration, which is going to be coming out next month. On the grass on the left side is a statue for another one of our family films, Ted. It's not a family film. I'm checking to see who's listening. We are doing a Ted TV series. So that's why that statue's there. Seth MacFarlane, who directed the 2 films, he's producing the show. He's going to be the voice of Ted, like the rest of the film. And that's the show that's going to be streaming on Peacock. Dwayne Johnson is a very popular actor. When he was a wrestler, he was known as The Rock. That's his office, behind the white bench, right behind the golf cart. Dwayne Johnson's got his own production company, his own set of shots, and he produces a lot of movies that he stars in. Each one of these bungalows is an office for a producer, a director, a writer. Mark Platt produces the play Wicked, and his office is down the driveway on the left. There's an MP sign and a Wicked balloon in front of it. He's producing a movie version of Wicked, which is going to be released next November. Alfred Hitchcock, one of the most famous directors of all time, worked out of bungalow 5195 with his profile next to the door. And when Hitchcock would direct a movie, he would appear in the movie somewhere very quickly. And these are some of Alfred Hitchcock's cameos.
My name is Alfred Hitchcock. We all do a little mad sometimes. The scenes of plot.
Stan Lee was also known for doing something similar. Stan Lee created a lot of the Marvel superheroes, so a lot of the Marvel movies, Stan Lee would appear in very quickly. Hitchcock did it first. We've been driving by some of the sound stages. We've been driving by some of the production offices. That part of the studio is called the front lot. Now we've crossed the border into the back lot. The back lot is over here on the right. It's where we go for the rest of the tour, where we have all the sets that are just too big to fit inside the sound stages. So we're going to take the tram all around these streets, and you're going to be able to get some really good pictures of where we do our productions. The first set, I'm going to point out, we used in the comedy Bruce Almighty. It's our Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston. And in the film, their characters lived in the set right behind the white truck over here on the right. The building with the 5 set of steps to go up to the front doors. Here it is in the film.
Grace, the dog!
I'm in the shower.
That's our bad one.
Outside good. Inside bad, outside good. Oh, you're done now. B-E-A-U.
That's what I do for the rest of the tour. I go, look at this building. Look how we used it in this movie. Look at the street that we're driving down right now. This is the same street that Marty McFly drove a DeLorean down at a speed of 88 miles an hour at the end of Back to the Future, right before lightning hit the clock tower. at exactly 10:04, this set of Courthouse Square was the town of Hill Valley in Back to the Future. That City Hall building on the left was the clock tower. Every now and then throughout our trip, we're going to stop for a few moments, so it gives you time to take some pictures of the set. This is our first picture stop. The City Hall building doesn't look the same now as it did in Back to the Future. That movie filmed almost 40 years ago, so the set has undergone some changes since then. Back in 1985, it looked like this. 2 years before Back to the Future was released, Norman Bates was released from the courthouse in Psycho 2. 1962, it's the courthouse where Gregory Peck defended his client in To Kill a Mockingbird. 2003, the courthouse is on fire. There's a riot in front of it in Bruce Almighty. And in 1989, they lied to us. And they told us the world was going to look like this by now. In Back to the Future Part 2, they said in 2015 we would have flying cars and hoverboards. Here's the next schedule. Now we use this part of the backlot for Quantum Leap, which returns tonight on NBC. Like Back to the Future, it involves elements of time travel. And we did some episodes that took place in the 1970s and the 1980s last season. We can decorate our backlot to look like different time periods. We can make it look like different cities, different states. The street that we're driving down right now is called New York Street. I can tell you a little bit more about it. I'll bring back Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
This is one of the sections of the backlot that yesterday we were using for a music video. If you're a fan of K-pop, there's a very popular K-pop band, BTS. And one of their members, Jungkook, recently did a music video out here for the song 7. This is also where we did the latest season of American Ninja Warrior. The obstacle course was built on New York Street. Heading up the hill to the next part of the backlot, I'm going to bring up an Academy Award-winning director. Here's the director of King Kong, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that was made. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have real haunted life. Now we have created this 3D virtual experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Well then, hold on to your belongings, remain seated, and put on those 3D glasses. Here we go. those glasses. Don't drop them off the tram. You're going to want them again a little bit later for another one of our special effects. And you're not going to need them for quite a while. I'll let you know when it's time to put them on. Tron 360 is one of the world's largest motion picture experiences. Designed by Director Peter Jackson and the special effects company Atlanta Effects, they use some of the most advanced technology filmmaking created for us. What I'm showing you on the monitor is difficult behind-the-scenes footage of them creating this attraction for our court.
With a studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side. Working on a movie, we always know that we're looking straight ahead, looking at the shot, looking on. And you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions. Also, one of the things about this live download movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts. Because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We really created about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presented them to the audience. It's a hell of a ride.
The movie King Kong takes place during the 1930s, so all the scenes where King Kong is running through New York, all the cars that are in the scene have to look like they're from the 1930s. They don't have to work, they don't have to have engines, they just have to look real. In the scene, these are called picture cars. On the left side of the tram, we've got a whole row of picture cars from movies and shows. Behind each one, there's a billboard that will let you know what we used it in. Most of these cars were driven by the main characters in the production, so basically these work. The only ones up here that don't work are the ones from the Flintstones, which don't have engines because Flintstones don't have engines. Like in the cartoon, they use their feet to get them to go. The car from Warner Brothers Harry Potter doesn't really fly. That is a special effect. We have a gyrosphere up here, a vehicle designed and built specifically for the fourth Jurassic Park film, Jurassic World. The prize band was used in Nope. Later we're going to be driving through some of the sets that were built specifically for that movie. And the military vehicles were used in the first Transformers, which is not a Universal movie. All the Transformers films are Paramount, but any movie studio can rent our backlot sets for filming. At the end of the first Transformers, they do their final battle in the middle of the city, and they're destroying the city. They're blowing up buildings, they're crashing into stuff. That was New York Street that we drove through. That was done on the backlot. The Jeep on the right side of the tram. This is a picture car from Jurassic Park. The guy who built Jurassic Park in the first movie, John Hammond, wants to say something.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
This is a part of our backlot where we have sets and vehicles from the Jurassic Park movies. There's a boat on the right that was used in Jurassic Park 3. There's an RV on the left that was a mobile laboratory in the second film, The Lost World Jurassic Park, and a T-Rex pushed that off a cliff, and people were trapped inside. There are dinosaurs on our backlot on both sides of the tram, and we hid them in the bushes. They're spitters. That's why my feet has a window. That's not fair. It's a perk. I'm going to show you the scene from The Lost World with that RV that I pointed out, where Jeff Goldblum, Julianne Moore, and Vince Vaughn are trapped, and the T-Rex pushes it off the cliff. It's raining in this scene. What if we're making a movie and the script calls for rain? And then they shoot that scene outside and it's not raining. It doesn't matter, we're at a movie studio and we can create weather effects very easily anytime. Nowadays, most weather effects are done with a computer. They film the scene, but later they have rain or later they have snow. We're going to do it live with no computer effects. We're going to use sprinklers. And they're hidden in the trees. Our only guy in the tram. We're going to turn on the sprinklers. It's going to rain around us. We have lightning flashing. That's done with strobe lights. Watch how easy it is to create a storm on cue. Let's add some rain. That's pretty easy. Now there's a problem with doing the special effects because we run this all day. So whenever a tram stops here, it rains and the water that we use is recycled, but the set is built on a hill. So over the day, course of the day, water builds up at the top of the hill. And at one point it's going to overflow. And it rushes down and it creates a flood in the area. And there's been times the flood has hit a tram as we're passing through. Well, this morning, we are that tram. Be careful if you're sitting on the left. There's a flood coming. Not yet, not yet. Now here's that special effect. You can see from a family comedy, Big Fat Liar. Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, and Paul Giamatti. There's a comedy in the mid-'80s, Three Amigos, with Steve Martin, Martin Short, Chevy Chase, that used this little Mexican village. Nacho Libre, with Jack Black, filmed out here. And there's a movie in theaters right now that uses this little Mexican village and the Western town we're about to drive through. It's a Western comedy called Outlaw Johnny Black, and it stars, directed by, and written by Michael Jai White for Gigantic Studios. They use some of the oldest sets on our backlot for their filming. These are the first sets built at the studio. Some of them date back to silent movies made in 1915, and these sets are still used for productions. We also have a comedy series that's streamed on Peacock called Killing It with Craig Robinson, and the second season just started streaming last month, and they shot scenes for season 2 out here. These are the sets from movies with John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Kirk Douglas, Clint Eastwood. These are some of Universal's Western stars at our backlot sets.
You just want to start things up here. But I am.
Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller.
Netflix had used this section of our backlot for some of the scenes in the final season of Never Have I Ever. And although most of our sound stages are in the front lot at the very beginning of the tour, we've got a couple sound stages out here amongst the sets. As we make the turn, there's a couple stages across the water on the left side of the tram. 30 and 31 are the two stages where we're currently working on seasons 24 and seasons 25 of The Voice. They're doing the playoffs right now. Our 4 voice coaches for these 2 seasons are Niall Horan, John Legend, Gwen Stefani, and Reba McEntire. We have already passed the halfway mark of the tour. And again, I do want to remind everybody to please remain seated throughout the trip. I haven't seen anybody stand up yet, but I just want to have you keep it in mind. Also remember, if you do drop your phone off the side while you're taking a picture, if you drop anything over the side, if you can't wait to the end of the tour to use the restroom, it's okay. Don't jump off the tram, pull the leg cord above you, remain seated, we'll stop, I'll see what you need assistance with. Stay safe at all times. We did a comedy series on our lot for 4 years called The Good Place. It's with Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. Whenever the characters walked around outside The Good Place, they use an area off to the right side of the tram called Little Europe. And there's still a sign on the wall near the entrance, "Welcome to The Good Place." These are some of the scenes from the show that used our backlot sets.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen
this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
I'm going to pause this for a second. Now, this is a scene from the very first episode of the show. They're meeting at a place called Yogurt. That set is directly in front of us. There's going to be a fork in the road, and it's the set right in the middle of the split. It's got two blue doors, red trim around the window, and it's where they filmed the scene.
I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
The clown chowder fountain that's in a couple episodes and next to it on the left side. We've got the railway station featured quite a bit coming up on the left. And here's a little trivia about the good place. These are the same sets from Frankenstein and Dracula and the Wolfman and the Invisible Man, all those classic black and white horror movies made in the 1930s and 1940s. There's a movie that filmed out in this part of the backlot last month, turned 100 years old, and there's probably not a lot of full-length movies that you can think of that are over 100 years old. The original silent version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame with Lon Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces. This is where they would shoot the scenes in all those movies where a big mob of angry villagers would gather with torches and bloodhounds. They would march through Little Europe, hunting down the monsters. And these are some famous filmmakers talking about those old classic black and white horror films.
Maybe also we think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, The Mummy, Hunchback, The Invisible Man, and the opera. Classic. So just brilliant. That Frankenstein image, flat. It's one of the great icons of the world. That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. And I was just mesmerized by the people. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring around memories now at every level.
Nobody lives in the house on the left side of the tram. Can you imagine living in that house and having trams drive through your front yard all day? That's a set that we currently use for Bel Air. And it's not the house where the main characters live, Will or Uncle Phil. That's the influencer's house on the show. And most of the sets we're driving by, with the exception of that house, are facades, which are just outer shells. So they build the fronts of the sets, they build the sides of the sets. They're basically empty on the inside. That house is a practical set, which aren't as common. Those sets can be used for the indoor and the outdoor scenes. But most of the time, if you're watching a production and you see an actor or an actress walk through the front door of one of our backlot sets, when they step inside the set, they'll close the door, and then they stop filming, they cut. On another day, they go inside the sound stage, and they normally do the interior scenes inside the stages. They don't film inside the sets, because inside the stages, they have a lot better control over the weather, the lighting, the sound. Our sound stages are about 90 to 95% soundproof. We block out a lot of the outside noise. Quentin Tarantino used our exterior backlot sets for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In the film, Leonardo DiCaprio's character is an actor working on a Western TV series. So they shot the Western scenes on the backlot. There's a billboard coming up on the left side of the tram. Amity Island welcomes you. Amity is a word that means friendship. But the Amity Police Department wanted us to close the beach for a little bit because we had some shark attacks. And we captured a shark. It's hanging on display in front of the hotel. Even though we caught it, they still don't want us to reopen the beach because there's another shark. And it's a bigger shark, and we haven't caught it. It's right in the middle of the water. That's a big shark. It's coming towards us. Mister, this beach is closed. Hey, there's a shark in front of us. You all right? The shark ate him. This dock is pretty old. Everybody please remain seated as we make our way across. Look at that, the shark took the dock. by a great white killer shark. It's inspired by the movie Jaws. That's not the shark that Steven Spielberg used when he was making the movie. Our shark works better than his. When they were filming Jaws, they built 3 full-size mechanical sharks, and none of them would work very well. All of them would malfunction. They were shooting one scene, and they lost control of one of the mechanical sharks. It sank to the bottom of the ocean, so they lost that one. And left them with 2 sharks. The other 2 sharks wouldn't work. So they ended up giving up on the idea of getting the full shot in all the shots. So they ended up building just the back of the shark with a fin on it. And most of the time in the movie, that's all you see of the shark is the fin come out of the water. There are very few shots where you see a full-size mechanical shark, but they wouldn't work.
That's a much of the line shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work at all.
Wherever you were on that, hear the radio. They were always saying, the shark is not working for me. The shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there. So I did owe the shark a lot.
How brave Steven Spielberg was going out in public in those shorts. Don't tell him I said that. He's a powerful man. This house on the right side of the tram is a practical set. This can be used for both the indoor and the outdoor scenes. This was built for a musical, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, with Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. We currently use that house for some of the scenes for Ted, the TV series with the talking bear. The house right behind the crane on the left, this is the house that they were using for the music video yesterday. So our trams are driving by while they were filming. This is a question that people ask us, and this happened yesterday. How do they use the backlot sets for filming if trams drive right by it? When they're filming, they'll have a security guard on each corner of the set that they're using, and the security guards have red flags. And when the director calls action and the cameras start rolling, the security guards will hold up the flags. When the flag is up, we have to stop the tram. So we're not driving by the background in the shot. We also have to turn off our microphones so they don't hear our voice on the speakers while they're filming. But when they say cut and they're not filming, we continue right past the set. So there's a lot of times we're driving right next to areas where they're filming. We see quite a bit. On this tour, we've got about 10 to 15 minutes left. We're almost back into the theme park, but there's still a few more things I'm going to show you. One last reminder, if you have any emergency before the tour is finished, don't step off the tram. Just pull that red cord, remain seated. We can stop, and I'll see what you need assistance with. We've got some more picture cars on the back lot. There's one in particular the children are probably going to recognize. It doesn't matter if you're a kid or an adult. Almost everybody's going to recognize a colorful van over there. No, not the ice cream. The Mystery Machine, which was used in Scooby-Doo, which is a Warner Brothers film, so that's on loan to us. We have Dominic Toretto's Black Charger from the Fast and Furious films. Dominic Toretto is played by Vin Diesel in the films. We got a couple other Fast and Furious cars parked behind the fence. The difference between the cars that are behind the fence and the road that we passed next to earlier, the cars on the other side of the fence were all abandoned by the original owners. Nobody knows what happened to the first owners of those cars. All of them disappeared. And it happened pretty shortly after they checked into this motel. This is the Bates Motel from Psycho right now. They're getting this area ready for tonight's Halloween Horror Nights, which begins at 7 o'clock.
We all go out on that sometime.
Halloween Horror Nights runs every Wednesday through Sunday night up until Halloween. And the Bates Motel is run by Norman Bates. And Norman lives in a creepy house at the top of the hill behind the motel. We're going to drive right past his house so he gets some pictures. Norman doesn't live alone. He lives with his mother, who can often be seen looking out of her bedroom window from the second floor as our trams drive by. So you might catch a glimpse of Mrs. Bates as we pass by the house. Do you see her upstairs in the rocking chair? That is a handsome woman. Behind the Psycho House, an airplane crashed and it destroyed a whole neighborhood. And Norman Bates didn't have anything to do with the plane crashing. Aliens did this. This is all a set that Steven Spielberg had built for Paramount's War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is pretty example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Spielberg. You sit down, they talk about the War of the Worlds. And I thought, what if the 747 goes down the light and it could be anything? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, now, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Get them closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
That was a real airplane. When they were making the War of the Worlds, they got a full 747. Then they did that to it. So that was somebody's job on the set of War of the Worlds to tear an airplane apart. Now we head up to the last set on our backlot tour, and it's the newest set built here for filming a little town of Jupiter's Claim, and it was built for the suspense film Nope, written and directed by Jordan Peele. I have somebody a little more qualified to tell you about the set than me. As we drive through, I'm going to bring up Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky and Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. No? Why? A little further now, you can see the Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, around this Hollywood fantasy of gold rush frontiers now lies a sinister secret. It's smack dab in the center of the original hotspot. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world of no.
Wanted to stop here for a moment. This is our final picture stop. We wanted to give you time to take some photos. When we're leaving Jupiter's Claim, I'm going to be right back. Excuse me just for a second. Security, we're leaving the last set on the back lot. Are we clear to come in?
Look, this might be more serious than I thought.
Oh.
What just happened?
Hold on a second.
This is a secure line.
Cut now.
Who are you?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's ruthless as they come, he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, you're right. This is not your jurisdiction. It is now, Steve Pickle. I'm so tired of state guys stepping in. Whatever you feel like.
CGI, don't move.
Damn.
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Sure traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try to move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting.
My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, drive your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Jurassic World, The Secret Life of Pets off the leash. We have the whole Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Water World. a live SeaWorld Spectacular, which is a live stunt show, we do recommend that you download the Universal Studios Hollywood app on your smartphone, because by using the app, you stay up to the minute on all the park information. It will have the wait times for the rides, it'll have the show times for Waterworld. You can also use the app to get details about visiting Super Nintendo World. If you want to purchase any of the NBC Universal movies or shows I've talked about on the tour, you can visit uphe.com, which is for Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, or you can ask any of our retail stores. I want to thank all of our annual pass holders for coming back and joining us again in the park today. If you're not an annual pass holder and you want to be one, stop by the Universal box office. Find out how you can upgrade today's ticket into an annual pass and come back and join us again and again. Look around, make sure that you have all of your belongings with you. We don't want you to leave anything important behind. Gather up all of your stuff before you exit the tram. And on behalf of our driver Art and myself Paul and all of us here at NBC Universal, we hope you enjoy the rest of your day at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. We stay open tonight until 6, and then we reopen again at 7 if you have tickets for tonight's Halloween Horror Night. So thanks for taking the tour, everybody. Have a good time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks. Thank you. We do recycle the 3D glasses. We're going to open up the gates on the left side. Please put the 3D glasses in one of those bins on the left as you pass.